I'm Elisha, and I'm a very curious person. There are so many things I want to learn, especially baking. So I fired up my browser and do a search for baking class in Singapore, visited the first result, navigated around just to find the correct information, and just to realize that it's too expensive for me. So I shut that out, and go to the second result and repeat the same process, just to realize that none of the results gave me the class that I wanted. So I thought, okay, maybe because I was a poor student at a point of time, and I'm lazy to travel far, so I didn't deserve to take the class I wanted. Then I realized, actually, it's not okay. You see, there are 43 million other people who search for classes the way I do, and the market size for adult recreational learning is huge. So there's no reason why, on average, we spend 1 hour just to look for the perfect class that we want. There must be a solution that finds you the perfect class for the things you want to learn, and that solution is Learnemy. Using Learnemy to find your class, all you have to do is just to ask for it. So let me show you how it works. Let's say I want to take a tennis class. So I'll log on to Learnemy, and on this page I will see the classes that's available in my community and at what prices. So this information will give me a guide to what kind of class I can request. So I request a class, and Bert on the other side of Learnemy, Bernard, who teaches tennis, will be able to see my request. Since he's able to teach me at $70 and at Jurong is, he clicks on the green button and is directed to a form where he fills the exact fee, duration, and schedule. I will be able to see the offer made by Bernard, as well as the offers made by other instructors. So, because I don't know who Bernard is, so I click on his name to see his profile page. On his profile page, there will be a short bio on himself, teaching statistics, as well as reviews made by previous students, and this will give me a good indication of how trustworthy Bernard is. So in this case, Bernard looks pretty trustworthy, so I go back to the previous page and book his service. A full payment is made up front, and Bernard will have a chance to accept or reject the booking. Our revenue model is very simple. For every class that's booked and paid over the platform, a percentage will be cut as revenue. So last September, I put up a landing page and started doing some of these matches manually, and in 6 weeks, I have 180 users locally. So the beta web application that I demonstrated earlier was launched last week, and today we have more than 300 users. Well, I started Learnemy because I believe that people should be able to make a living doing what they like to do, and a way to do that is to help them teach their skills. And I envision Learnemy to be a platform where people just pay for the exact stuff that they want to learn instead of buying an entire course, as well as a platform where people get to learn stuff that are usually not conducted in a class. For example, doing handstand or performing yo-yo tricks. My background lies in marketing, and I do a little bit coding, and I'm in the process of hiring a full-time developer. Well, my lack of experience and programming knowledge is not a handicap, because I have a group of wonderful mentors who will guide me through the problems I have. I believe that a lot of people in the audience are curious people yourself. So don't let limited time and money stand between you and learning. Sign up an account with Learnemy, and find the perfect instructor today. Thank you.
Thank you. Judges. So I'm curious what kind of classes or what kind of courses is this going to be more tuned towards? Is it going to be still classified where, like other classifieds, where people who are professionals are coming up and putting up their kind of their offers of what they teach and what they do, or is it more geared towards finding somebody who's within your social circle and stuff like that?
Well, the idea behind Learnemy is that anybody can teach something. So you don't need to be certified, you don't need to be a professional in order to teach somebody. So in that sense, it's not exactly classified.
And how do you expect to build that inventory of people who will come on this and say, this is what I'm going to teach, and this is why I'm good at it, or how do you get it started?
Okay, so for a start, I'm doing sports because I have a database of really coaches. So these are the people with a basic level of credibility, and because they are available. So that's a start. But of course, as the app grows, as the startup grows, and with the more marketing being done, of course we are going to expand out to other verticals.
So I'm kind of following this, but again, so that kind of makes it the classified model, right? That kind of makes it the classified model because you have this set, ready set of data, which is, professionals already who are teaching versus my friend who can teach me. So I'm just trying to understand then why they're different from other classified sites which are already available.
Okay, so now if you were trying to advertise for a service, you have to compete with other companies who are doing SEO themselves. So your visibility is 0 or near 0. So ultimately in Learnemy, I hope to have anybody who can teach something just to come on board. But for the initial kicking off thing, I will need a little bit of such classified model. So this is just something to get it off the ground. But in the future, this is not going to be that way.
Could you go back to the timeline slide? You had your trial users, so it's pilot beta.
Yeah.
180 users, and a good 6 months later, it was about 300 plus users.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in that period, right, and it's considering that it was even covered by local press. So why don't you think there was maybe 1,000 users kind of take up? And what kind of in terms of users, right? Was it more those providing jobs or lessons, or those asking for the lessons? Because I don't see a significant jump in the usage from September to April. So I'm trying to understand what did you learn from that period?
Okay, so let me just get the first question. So the first question is why isn't there a big jump considering there's local press? And your second question is?
So the 300 plus users, right? Which is what's the breakdown?
Okay, so actually the 180 users and the 300 users, they are not overlapped. Because the trial I was doing manually, so I was using on the phone. So they are kind of like offline people. So the 300 people, they are online users, social media users like myself. So for the beta, they are more learners than instructors. And for the trial, they are more instructors than learners. So
beta is more instructors than learners.
Beta is more learners than instructors.
I mean, FEAP you had the same problem, right? So there were not enough Zooms and not enough people. How do you plan to solve that chicken egg issue?
Okay, so I have like the database of all the coaches. So that will fit into it. So I'm still trying to get them all on board. Else, I'm also put out ads to look for more instructors.
So it's actually sports is the vertical you want to try to hit first?
Yes. Because I just happen to have the database.
So your monetization, sorry, keep talking about monetization. It's around getting a cut of the fee, right, when the transaction goes through. But is that just for the first lesson, or how do you plan on? Because it's usually not just one tennis lesson. It would be a series of tennis lessons. And imagine, like, if I was using the site, I would make an agreement with an instructor, pay through the site, but subsequently I'll just pay cash to the instructor. So how do you get a cut of that, or is that not in the plan?
Okay, so the commission basis is on per booking basis. So let's say if you want to book an entire course, 20% on top of the entire course is mine. If you only want a one-off lesson, then only that one-off lesson, 20% is mine. So with regards to retaining users, I'm not too paranoid about it because adult learners are very different from child learners. For child learners, the parents will spend a lot of money to train them for many years. But it's not the same case for adults. Adults are more fickle-minded. They just want to try a lot of stuff, and then it doesn't work, okay, let's do something else. So in that sense, I'm not going for the length of learning, but rather the quantity of learning. So for that to happen, just keep selling adult classes. So that's also in a round 2 where I can get more data from the users, and I know how to tell them, what to tell them.
So can I ask you then, on average, an adult, how many lessons do they typically take for something they never tried before?
Well, it depends. So right now, the current data that I have is one-off classes, just one-off squash, one-off tennis. So if you're talking about the average amount of money spent, it's roughly about 300 to 400 a year. So if you divide it, it's 45 to 6 times.
Because the key I'm trying to understand is if you understand the market, if you've done the research around this type of market, to understand what the opportunity is.
Yeah. Well, my philosophy is to throw something out and then you can work on it. So the stuff that you see here might not be the same stuff 2 weeks down the road.
Right? Okay. Well,
Thank you.
thank you.